So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the Met Police admit they did not send Boris Johnson a questionnaire over certain Partygate gatherings, and this, for me, is shocking from the Met. I mean, some of the people apparently got away with the crimes purely because they didn't return the questionnaires, which should be punishable in itself. I mean, the whole questionnaires thing's a joke. Let's be honest now, but this right here it shows you no one should have any confidence in the Met Police. Absolutely no one. Just for this alone. Forget all the other stuff they've done, right? This alone should discredit the Met Police enough to where they should look at major reforms, but no. Same old crappy institution. Anger over the Partygate scandal has been reignited over Scotland Yard confirmed that it did not send questionnaires to Boris Johnson before deciding against fining him for attending 2 Downing Street lockdown gatherings, and the ones they fined him for were the less egregious ones, not like the ABBA party or anything like that. Downing Street had previously briefed that Johnson did not receive police questionnaires relating to some lockdown events. But the revelation on Monday is thought to be the first time the Met Police has admitted this. So Downing Street said it, but the Met Police have had to admit this now under the details of the legal challenge the Good Law Project have committed to. And, shouts out to the Good Law Project once again, doing actual good work here compared to the government and the police. I mean, they're doing everyone's job at this point. The Good Law Project, a non-profit campaign group, has brought a judicial review over accusations that the Met Police failed to fully investigate Johnson's presence at parties. And this will probably go through the discovery phase, that's why we're finding this stuff out. But the simple fact is, the police are a joke. The Met's actions have raised grave concerns about the deferential way in which they are policing those in power. I mean, the people who were alleged to have broken lockdowns, were they given questionnaires, like the ordinary person? No. They said, we don't think the Met's response, so this is the Good Law Project, the Met's response is consistent with their legal duty of candour, and we certainly don't think it's consistent with what the Met has elsewhere conceded is their public duty to maintain public confidence in policing. So essentially, they're not holding themselves up to the mark that they should hold themselves up to. And, a lot of lower level staffers, they were fined. But, because they were at these events, because that's what they thought they were meant to be, where they were meant to be. Because this was normal in Downing Street during the lockdowns. I mean, it's just so stupid that senior people in Downing Street weren't fined, and Boris Johnson evidently didn't even get a questionnaire about certain gatherings, the egregious ones. In a document summarising the Met's response to the challenge released by the Good Law Project, the force said it could confirm no questionnaire was sent to Johnson for 2 of the 2020 gatherings. It confirmed it sent one in relation to a gathering held on the 14th of January 2021. In its response, the Good Law Project, Scotland Yard said investigating officers had examined hundreds of documents including emails, diary entries, witness statements and CCTV images. And let's not forget the police were called on some of these, so the police were definitely aware of this stuff. There were pictures and all sorts, it's just ridiculous. Questionnaires were a useful part of the investigation, but if answers were clear from other evidence, there was little to be gained from sending one to a particular person simply for them to confirm what's already known. So why bother the questionnaires in the first place then? The whole point of it is it's a perjury trap, effectively. If you lie, you're caught lying, and it further adds to the crimes that you have allegedly committed. I mean, this is ridiculous here that they didn't send one because they knew he was there, but we knew he was at the ABBA party. He goes, he did it for work reasons to do interviews. That's not a very professional setting, is it? And if you catch him, if you force him to explain that properly to the police can say, actually, we don't believe you, and we're going to give you another fine, which you can debate in court, which should have happened. The Met said Operation Hillman, the probe into Partygate, had concluded that it would not comment on the steps taken in the course of the investigation. Again, we'll see what happens with the legal review, the judicial review. The director of the GLP, Big Joe, said Johnson isn't going to be Prime Minister for much longer, but for me this continues to be about what it was always about, trust in policing and the rule of law, which absolutely is true. That if the Met Police can't do this, can't do the basics of enforcing the laws for Boris Johnson, what else are they going to let future Prime Ministers get away with? 72% of voters think there is one law for the rich and one law for the poor. Why won't the Met address that perception? Why won't they just say what happened? Number 10 is declining to comment, referring queries to Scotland Yard. And it's a massive shout out to the Good Law Project, because they actually are doing really good work here. And the simple fact is they're trying to hold people accountable. They've gone through the court system, which hasn't been infected massively by Boris Johnson, which is great. We'll keep an eye out for whatever the outcome of this judicial review is, maybe in a few months. Whenever it goes to court, I'll be able to discuss it again. But for now, you can see the Met Police are a joke. They admit they didn't send Boris Johnson a questionnaire I mean, he was at a lot of the events, and he should have got a lot more fines than he did, especially over the ABBA party, in my opinion. His excuse it was a work event. That's what the police are there to investigate. They wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, you apparently you committed this murder," and then the murderer's like, "No, I didn't," and then the Met Police are like, "Cool, sweet, we'll see you later." That's not how the police are meant to operate. I mean, this is ridiculous. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support the channel on Patreon if you can. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.